Does support and resistance actually work? Let's find out. We'll jump on the charts, backtest a simple discretionary support and resistance approach, and find out for ourselves. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. I'm going to do this all in one shot so we know we have some randomness to it. Let's go to a random number generator. I've got about 14 pairs or more on my watch list, so I'll click this 3 times. We got 1. Euro USD. Let's go. We're going to do this on the 1 hour chart. I will zoom out. We're going to go into replay mode. I'll look away and scroll all the way back without trying to mess my whole screen up here. Let's see what I got. And we'll come all the way up front. All right. So we are on Euro USD on the 1 hour chart. We're in replay mode on TradingView. We're going to backtest a simple support and resistance strategy. We're going to identify clear support and resistance zones. We're going to buy at support and sell at resistance. I'm going to start each trade with a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And let's say for this example, we'll make about $1,000, let's say $2,000, our single unit of risk. So we'll try not to have any more than $2,000 of risk on at the market at any given time. And I'll actively manage my trades. That's going to be the special sauce to this. We're going to start with a 1-to-1 using support and resistance. We're going to look at trend, just basic trend, try to trade in the direction of that. And we'll add to our winners, and we'll try to cut our losers short. As price moves into profit, we'll add. As it moves against us, we will cut it short. So we are in a downtrend. That's all I'm gonna use for identifying trend. Price is headed down. We look like we're at a support zone here based on this prior set of lows. This would have been a resistance zone that we could have identified earlier. Let's play price forward and we'll backtest this thing together. Okay, so price is maybe going to break this support zone. Looks like it did, pulled back up. Let's go ahead and get a sell going. We said we're going to put about $2,000 worth of risk on. I'm going to click that sell again. And we're going to start with a 1-to-1. 21. Yeah, somewhere right around there. Okay. Let's play this thing forward and see what we get. Okay, price starts to push down. It's moving in the direction of our trade. We're going to sell again. And we're going to bring the stop loss down to control risk to keep that around $2,000 worth of risk. Let's see what we get from this one. Nothing new here, nothing groundbreaking. We are literally using the most basic forms of technical analysis, support and resistance, and trend. We hit our target there, and we're doing what is literally talked about in every trading book, in general person, professional, you hear talk about it. Let your winners run and cut your losers short. We're going to add to our winners. We're going to press our winners. We're going to try to cut our losers short. So we've got a win. We're up $3,168. So let's go ahead and continue this. We can play this a little bit tighter on the 1 hour. This looks like a resistance zone in the downtrend. I'm not going to, this could be like lower lows, but we're not going to take anything into account just yet. Let's go ahead and get another sell going. And one of my lights just died, but we're going to let that go. Let's go up here. This way we can get $2,000 of risk started. Boom. All right, let's play it forward. Okay, it's moving against us. It's breaking these highs here. It pushed up. This could just be a retest. We got our support. We got our stop loss way up here. Let's play it forward slowly. If it continues, maybe we'll get a chance to close it beforehand. Maybe we'll just get stopped out. If it drops right back down, I'd be inclined to stay in this trade. It doesn't. It looks like it's creeping up. And it does drop right back down. So this will happen sometimes. Price will come up, take out these highs, liquidity, stop hunt, whatever fancy term, just retesting this level of support up here. Let's see if it does continue down or we get stopped out. Continues all the way back down to the support. Starts to bounce. Nope, still continuing down here. Let's go. If we move into profit a little bit more, we'll look to sell again. Now it's creeping back up. I think this is more likely to go and stop us out, so I'm going to cut it here. We're going to take a $1,452 loss rather than $2,000. We want to keep our losers smaller than our winners. Let's go ahead and play this thing forward. Okay, would have continued more into drawdown and then back into profit. I'm going to look to get long on this because we look like we're headed up. Let's go ahead. We got this high broken, a nice pullback. Let's go ahead and buy. Let's get a stop loss. Let's get our stop loss way down, like we said, with $2,000 worth of risk. Oh, that's pretty ridiculous. No, we're not going to do that. Let's go here, and we'll buy again. And yeah, we're going to use a nice wide stop loss and a 1-to-1. This way we have room to manage it. And yeah, we break that high. So guess what? We're going to buy again, and we're going to bring our stop loss up. Let's play it forward. Nice. So we're on a roll here. This won't happen all the time. As we're adding, sometimes price will come back down and stop us out as we add it in. Sometimes it'll miss our TP and head back down. Sometimes we'll cut it early and price will just go ahead and reverse. But the goal is over a long series of trades, a large number of trades, that we make a little bit more when we're right than we're wrong using the most basic form of technical analysis. Just horizontal levels that we're identifying discretionary approach. This is subjective. There's not a rules-based strategy. You know, you can see I'm not following a set of black and white rules. I'm using my experience, my intuition to make a decision and decide to buy or sell or not, and decide to cut the trade or let it run. I'm going to play this forward a little bit more. Yeah, I think it's going to continue up just based on this uptrend. And we tested a support zone in the uptrend. We're using support and resistance. Seems to be working so far. Let's see if this continues. $2,000 of risk on. Again, we're just going to be doing simple 1-to-1 to make this thing super, super simple. Don't need anything more than a 50% win rate, with our winners being a little bit bigger than our losers. Okay, goes up and hits TP. Should probably get stopped out here pretty soon. Should end up with somewhere around that 50%. Let's see. I think it's going to pull back down a bit. And we'll look to buy again if that continues. Sometimes it won't pull down. Sometimes it'll just continue up and we'll miss a trade. Let's head it down. Pushing back up. This could be the start. Let's see what we get. Nope. I'd like to see it either pull all the way back down to this zone. That would be our support zone. Or start to push up like this. Let's go ahead and buy now. We're going to put our stop loss down here. We're going to put our take profit at a 1-to-1. And let's play it forward slowly so we can manage the trade. So let's go ahead and buy again. Let's say we were quick on this one. Keeping $2,000 of risk. Why did I end up with 100 pips? Yeah, I was a little bit short on this one. Let's extend that out so we keep a 1-to-1 or more. Okay, comes back down. Don't have much room below these lows to close if it looks like it's going against us. Okay, there we go. We did. Got stopped out. Nice. So we're still up about 2 units of risk, $4,000. This still looks like the uptrend is intact. And that looks like it could be retesting this support zone. Let's play it forward a little bit. We don't want to really be getting stopped out of trades and then jumping right back in the same direction. Although it looks like it would have worked out very nicely here. Let's see if this uptrend is going to continue or if it starts moving down. Okay, broke this low. Still kind of pushing back up. Nothing super clear basing on all of this, price action and market structure over here. Kind of want to see it pushing up or down just to follow basic trend. See, consolidating, maybe headed down, consolidating, pushing back up, still within this range that we've got going on here. Okay. Now we got an uptrend continuing. We got a fresh high that's put in. Let's go ahead and mark off. That would be like a support zone that it might come down and test. We've got this area that it broke and now maybe testing as support. Let's see if we get a little bit of a pullback. We do. Let's not wait. Keep things simple. And for the sake of this example, keep it rolling with a 1-to-1. About $2,000 of risk. We want this to say 2,000. Perfect. Let's play it forward. Pushes up. Okay, we're going to buy. It broke this high. Price is moving in the direction of our trade. We're going to control risk. That's nice. Our stop loss can stay below these lows down here. And we're targeting a higher high. We get it. Very nice. We broke this set of highs way over here. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of this garbage down here that we no longer need. And let's see if this continues. We'll just we'll keep trading with the trend as best we can. Obviously, would we say this is an uptrend or a downtrend? I think it's up. It's not headed down. Let's see if we can get a couple more trades in and maybe take this to like another stop out or a take profit or two. So I think we're going to get a pullback at some point. A lot of consolidation here, kind of moving sideways. Choppy price action. It's creeping up. Okay, so let's just say we're using this as a support zone for the sake of support and resistance. And we're going to buy. It's in an uptrend, and we're going to buy at support. We're going to go stop loss way down here. $2,000 of risk. Take profit, $2,000. And we'll manage the trade. Okay, starts coming down. If it pulls back up, doesn't break these highs, then pushes back down, let's say we would want to get out of this one because it doesn't look as likely to continue. We're going to get out. Took a loss on that one. Let's continue to see what happens. Comes all the way down, would have stopped us out. There we go. We're avoiding some losses here by cutting our loser short when it doesn't make sense. We thought it was at support. I wanted it to continue up. If it was going to continue up from here, it would have done that, would have moved up, would have broken these highs. Instead, it kind of pulled back up and then broke these lows. That tells me it's likely to head to the stop loss. Cut the trade. Super duper simple approach that we're taking here. No black and white rules. Just basing it off of our own, our own opinion of what we think, what we're seeing price action do, not what we think is going to happen. But I'm going to say a sell is due in this one. It'd be nice if we can get a stop all the way up here. Let's do this for now, $2,000. And we're going to have a big take profit way down here. We probably won't let it run all the way down on this one, but this gives us a whole bunch of room to manage before it comes up here. Because this could be retesting as support. Let's see. Looks good. Let's go ahead and sell again. We're going to have to bring our stop down for sure to control risk. Let's keep it moving. Okay, comes up, breaks this high. Again, we don't have too much room up here, but if it starts creeping up, we might have an option to close. It is creeping up. Looks like it tested this, broke this high. Let's see if it does start to come right back down. See, that'll happen sometimes. Again, stop hunt, liquidity, whatever fancy term, fair value gap. Like we don't need to use a million complicated names. We could just have a description of what's happening on the chart, trading off of price. Let's say I'd want to sell again and profit here, but where would I manage this risk? Where would I place a stop loss? In a spot that makes sense. If I sold again once or twice, the stop would have to come all the way down here. Price can still, kind of messed with that. Price can still pull back up, be following, trend and be retesting this as resistance before headed down. So I would say we don't really have a good opportunity to sell here with this big candle. So let's just go ahead and play it forward. And we're going to keep our target where it was. We've got a little bit better structure here if we wanted to sell again. I'm not going to, just for the sake of letting this thing play out. Whoa, come on, TradingView. Pulls all the way back up. Kind of consolidating here between this area and this area. This would be a very, very long trade to be in. All right, let's go ahead and okay, great. We got taken down to profit. Okay, so let's just finish it up here. We're up $9,874, almost 5 units of risk. If we were risking $2,000 per trade, that was our 1R, or 1 unit of risk. We're up about 5 units of risk. That's a good way to discuss profits and losses, because you want to know what you're risking per trade. A single dollar amount is kind of confusing. You don't know what you were risking on that trade. So what I'm displaying here, what we were testing, back testing, is using a simple discretionary approach, using support and resistance in the most basic sense, using things like trend just slightly to our advantage to be trading with the trend. And I mean identifying, is price going up or is price going down in that moment and over the last, however long we're looking. If it's on the 1 hour, maybe it's a few days that we're looking at. I think these basic, simple approaches do work very, very well. And I think they can work much better than a super complicated rules-based strategy with all these indicators and confluences and, really unnecessary pieces. I think having a flexible way to get yourself in and out of the market and a guideline, a set of guidelines to manage the trade. Maybe those guidelines are, as price moves into profit, as structure is continuing with the direction of my trade and price action looks good, I'll look to add and control risk to the best of my abilities. You saw in one of those trades, we couldn't really do that. We didn't want to put a stop in the middle. You don't always get that opportunity. And vice versa, when it moves against me and it's moving towards my stop loss, try to cut that trade early if possible. Again, not always possible. You saw we had a stop that was kind of close to the prior structure and we got stopped out. You'll take full stop losses. The goal here is over a large number of trades, not to have this massively high win rate and be able to predict the market and have, this idea of calling tops and bottoms to a higher low, but somewhere around a 50% win rate, making a little bit more on our winners than on our losers. This one, obviously, we had some nice back-to-back winners. I think over a large number of trades, you would have seen a lot more partial stop outs, break evens, or full stop outs. Again, there's going to be times, plenty of times, where you add in profit and it turns around. There's going to be times where you cut your loser and it goes ahead and turns around and continues into the direction of your trade. These are things that you're going to have to accept with this strategy or approach, just like any other approach. But again, the goal here is to set yourself up with a way to try to build your experience, build your knowledge of reading price action, of reading market structure, of watching these things play out over and over again through time in the market, and then utilize that rather than putting yourself in a really confined space to follow a black and white strategy and oftentimes be trading it as a discretionary approach rather than a black and white strategy, because you're deciding when to enter and when exactly to take a trade or not take a trade or where to put a stop. If it's completely black and white and 100% objective, you should probably get it coded into a nice EA and then just go chill out and, and run your EA in the market and, let it do its thing and take yourself completely out of the equation. But for the guys that aren't going to do that, we're going to manually trade. This could be a way that simplifies things a bit and help make steps towards profitability. This is what helped me. I was extremely confused early on. I had an enormous amount of indicators. I was strategy hopping, always looking for the next best thing, trying to understand every single thing possible between technical analysis and fundamental analysis and understand why the market's doing what it's doing, rather than just focus on my own trading through price action, not trying to understand and have a definition behind every single price movement on the chart, and just watch what's happening and make decisions to the best of my abilities based on the simple approach that I have of using basic technical analysis and managing my trades to the best of my abilities. And, continuing to improve and evolve as you journal your trades. Another big piece here that we're not talking about that you don't see on backtesting, you won't see on backtesting or demo, is the emotions that come into play here. It's another piece as a trader, an enormous piece that you have to develop is your emotional control, your mindset, your psychology. When risk is involved and you see the trade going into profit, oftentimes your brain is telling you, cut that one, close it out. It might turn around from here. It might take that profit away. Same thing when it's going into a drawdown. Your brain's screaming at you, move that stop loss back, let it run, man. It's going to turn around. These are things that you have to work through. You have to journal. You have to understand your mindset and why you're making these decisions that you're making, and be able to make small improvements, small steps towards creating the right trading mindset. I'll grain of salt everything that you saw in this video with this disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I'm just an idiot talking about what may or may not work for me online. You shouldn't take any of this seriously. You certainly should not apply it to any of your own trading, or take this as advice or a suggestion to do anything. Trading is extremely risky. Most traders lose money. If you trade, you probably will lose all of the money that you trade with. So don't take any of this seriously. Again, no certifications or qualifications to be giving advice or providing financial advice in any way. This is all for entertainment purposes only. If you found this video helpful, you liked what you saw, you want to check out how I trade, I post all my analysis, trades, info, talk BS in a Telegram group that I have everybody join completely for free. Click the link in the bottom of this video in the description or in my bio to join.